smooth program. The Executive Secretary and Chief Executive Officer of the Delta State Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency, DEMSMEDA, Dr. Godwin Adolo, reiterated this in a weekly MSME's Delta Cares program on the Voice of Delta, Asaba. Antonia Mowa reports. We're going to bring details of that news story in our subsequent bulletins. The state governor, the Right Honorable Sheriff Oboriwori, has been commended for his commitment to infrastructural development of the state, especially his highlighting his recent signing of the State Power Sector Bill into law. Director General of the Bureau for Communications and Orientation, Dr. Fred Oganezere, affirmed this while speaking with journalists. He said Governor Sheriff Oboriwori had exceeded the expectations of residents in the state, emphasizing that the governor recognized that power supply was important for socio-economic growth. On the Ughelli-Asaba Dual Carriageway and the transformation of the Warri Township Stadium into a world-class facility, Dr. Ganasave noted that the projects had endeared the governor to residents across the state. He said the initiatives would create thousands of jobs and cultivate athletic talents for national and international competitions. The federal government has officially launched the Presidential Initiative for Empowerment of Youths in Agriculture, popularly known at the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, Funab, Ogun State. Speaking at the flag-off, the Special Assistant to the President on Agriculture, Honorable Abiodun Yenusa, described the initiative as a strategic move to unlock Nigeria's vast agricultural potential by actively involving young people in the sector. He said the project aligns with President Bola Tinubu's declaration of a state of emergency on food security and aims to complement existing efforts by the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. Honorable Yenusa emphasized the importance of collaboration among stakeholders to drive youth participation and innovation in agriculture. The Bola Ahmed Tinubu International Airport in Minna, Niger State, has been declared as the alternative airport to the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. The Minister of Aviation, Mr. Festus Keyamo, declared this at the inaugural flight commencement of an airline from the Bola Ahmed Tinubu International Airport in Minna. Mr. Festus Keyamo said the airport has the face, runway, ambience and location that fits any other international airport across the world. He said the runway is an international runway that takes a 747 and Express Warri, while the airport had not been utilized. Over 500 anti-corruption lawyers today stormed the office of the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, at the Ministry of Justice in Abuja to demand the immediate probe of Mr. Mele Kyari, the Exwal Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL. The lawyers said they were out to rid the nation of corruption, especially in the oil industry. They lamented that Mr. Kyari's leadership of the NNPCL was plagued with countless allegations of corruption over the alleged opaque way he ran the organization. The lawyers cited the controversy surrounding the rehabilitation and restreaming of government-owned refineries, where billions of dollars were spent, but the figures and facts do not add up. The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, has ordered the immediate detention of some of its officers suspected of extorting 5.2 million naira from a traveler. Dr. Olubumi Tonjiojo. I take that again. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, has ordered the immediate detention of some of its officers suspected of extorting 5.2 million naira from a traveler following an instruction from the Minister of Interior, Dr. Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo. A directive was communicated in a statement issued by NSCDC spokesperson Mr. Afolabi Babawale today. The incident, which attracted attention through a widely circulated social media post, allegedly involved officers extorting the money sum from a young man journeying from Ado-Ekiti in Ekiti State to Akure, Ondo State. In a prompt reaction, the Commandant General of the Corps, Mr. Ahmed Aoudi, denounced the officer's conduct, describing it as unprofessional and a breach of the Corps' Code of Ethics and Standard Operating Procedure. Burkina Faso's military government has said it foiled a major plot to overthrow junta leader Captain Ibrahim Traore, where the army alleging the plotters were based in neighboring Ivory Coast. Security Minister Mahamadou Sana said the coup attempt was led by current and former soldiers working with terrorist leaders. The intention was to attack the presidential palace last week. It is the latest of several claims of attempts to remove the junta leader who seized power in 2022 amidst increasing militant attacks. Burkina Faso, like its Sahel neighbors, has been battling armed jihadist groups with an estimated 40% of the country under their control. Despite promises by Captain Traore's military government to improve security and even seeking new security partnerships with Russia, the situation remains dire with frequent attacks from insurgents. In this latest coup attempt, which happened last week, but details of which have only just been released, Mr. Sana said the plotters attempted to use Burkinabe religious and traditional leaders to sway army officers into backing the plan. Ghanaian President John Mahama has suspended the country's Supreme Court Chief Justice, a move that marked a first in the country's history. An investigation has been launched, and 3 undisclosed petitions have been filed, making allegations against Gertrude Tukunu, calling for her permanent removal. Chief Justices in Ghana enjoy security of tenure, meaning they can only be removed from office on a few grounds, which include incompetence and misbehavior. The contents of the petitions has not been made public, and she's yet to comment, while Ghana's former Attorney General has claimed a suspension is an attempt to undermine the judiciary. Ms. Tukunu is Ghana's 3rd female Chief Justice and was nominated in 2023 by former President Nana Akufo-Addo. The Nigerian National League (NNL) has set a venue and date for 2025 Super 8 Championship playoff will be announced next week. The league body is still in discussion with some states for the hosting of season-ending tournament. 2 teams will qualify from the 4 groups for the playoff tournament. 4 teams will secure promotion to the Nigeria Premier Football League (NPFL), while the winner of the competition will be crowned champions of the 2025 NNL season. And that's our news. Here's a thought for the day. The successful man will profit from his mistakes and try again in a different way. And just before we go, here are the highlights of the news. In what is considered a major political shift, the entire political structure under the platform of the Delta State chapter of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, including Governor Sheriff Oboriwori, has defected to the All Progressives Congress, APC. The state government has charged community leaders to be truthful on land dispute matters. Special Advisor to the State Governor on Peace Building and Conflict Resolution, Chief Edwin Uzo, gave the charge in Asaba during a meeting of Umuyasala family and Umochi communities in Ochi Kingdom, Ndokwa East local government area with the state government over land boundary disputes. the federal government has officially launched the presidential initiative for the empowerment of youths in agriculture, popularly known as the Green Money Project, at the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, Funab, Ogun State. Speaking at the flag-off, Special Assistant to the President on Agriculture, Honorable Abiodun Yenusa, describes the initiative as a strategic move to unlock Nigeria's vast agricultural potential by actively involving young people in the sector. And from abroad, we did reports. Burkina Faso's military government had said it foiled a major plot to overthrow junta leader Captain Ibrahim Traore, where the army alleging the plotters were based in neighboring Ivory Coast. That's our news. Thank you so much for being a part of it. On behalf of the entire news crew, Joy Ochei is my name. Good night.
One of the states in Nigeria that takes governance seriously is Delta State. While Governor Sheriff Oborowori